South Korea is sending a stark message to the North. It's preparing to assassinate North Korean leader Kim Jong Un if Seoul feels threatened by a nuclear attack.
South Korea reveals it has a plan to assassinate Kim Jong Un. South Korea has elite troops on standby ready to assassinate Kim Jong Un if the country feels threatened by North Korean nuclear weapons, the country's defense minister revealed this week. Asked in Parliament Wednesday if there was a special forces unit already assembled that could eliminate North Korean leader Kim Jong Un, Han Min-koo said, "Yes, we do have such a plan. South Korea has a general idea and plan to use precision missile capabilities to target the enemy's facilities in major areas as well as eliminating the enemy's leadership," he added. It has long been suspected that such a plan was in place, but the minister's candidates surprised some. "A president would want to have the option," says Daniel Pinkston of Troy University. "Not presenting that to the president, not training for it and having that capability would be a mistake." South Korea has intensified its rhetoric against the leadership of North Korea since Pyongyang claimed a successful test of a nuclear warhead on September 9. This week it tested a new type of high-powered rocket engine of the type that could be used for an intercontinental ballistic missile. Worst-case scenario. The Defense Ministry has said it is planning for the worst-case scenario and assumed North Korea was ready to conduct a sixth nuclear test. Earlier this month, Lim Ho-young, Chief Director of Strategic Planning at the Joint Chiefs of Staff, described a new system called the Korea Massive Punishment and Retaliation, KMPR, just hours after North Korea claimed it had tested a nuclear warhead. It would involve surgical missile attacks, exclusive special warfare units and an ability to strike North Korea's leadership if South Korea feels threatened by nuclear attack. Meanwhile, North Korea accused the United States of pushing the peninsula to the brink of war after this week's flyover of two U.S. B-1B bombers close to the DMZ or demilitarized zone that separates North and South Korea. The U.S. military source told CNN this is the closest this type of bomber has ever flown to North Korea. Pyongyang said it was a vicious scenario to make a preemptive nuclear strike at the DPRK, according to state-run news agency KCNA.
South Korea is sending a stark message to the North. It's preparing to assassinate North Korean leader Kim Jong Un if Seoul feels threatened by a nuclear attack. Here's CNN's Paula Hancock with more.
The fact that there is a South Korean assassination plan against the North Korean leader Kim Jong Un has not actually surprised many, at least here in Seoul. What is more surprising is the fact that the defense minister, Han Min-koo, has been quite so candid about it. Now, this happened back on Wednesday. It was a meeting within Parliament, and the defense minister was asked by a lawmaker, "Are you creating a special forces unit to eliminate Kim Jong Un?" A very blunt question. His answer was equally blunt. He said, "Yes, we do have such a plan." Also went on to talk about the precision missile capabilities which would target the enemy's facilities and take out the leadership. Now, this is if they are feeling particularly threatened by North Korea's nuclear weapons. Now, we've really seen a slight change in the past couple of weeks since September 9th and that fifth nuclear test by North Korea, where they claim to have tested a nuclear warhead. Within hours of that test, we heard from the South Korean Joint Chiefs of Staff that they had a plan. There was a plan, if necessary, in a time of war, to take out the leadership. Now, of course, we're hearing these quotes from the defense minister this week. So is North Korea, and they are not happy about what they're hearing about these threats to their leadership. We've heard from state-run media KCNA. They are quoting a spokesperson from the KPA, from the North Korean military, saying that they are going to wipe out Seoul and reduce it to rubble. Now, this isn't the first time that they've said that kind of thing and threatened Seoul in that way, but they've also said that they're going to wipe Guam off the map. Now, the reason for this, they've threatened Washington, New York, other US states before, but they're threatening Guam because over the past couple of weeks there have been two separate flyovers from US bombers, B-1B bombers that are based in Guam, and just last week there were bombers which actually flew close to the DMZ, the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. A US military source source telling me that that is the closest this kind of bomber has ever got to North Korea. So North Korea is not happy by what it is saying. Of course, South Korea is now looking to see whether or not it is just a verbal reaction they're going to see from North Korea. They've already said that they believe North Korea is ready for nuclear test number 6. Paula Hancock's CNN Seoul.